Most people are pulled from sleep into a current of chaos, instantly swept away by yesterday's anxieties and tomorrow's demands. But what if the first few moments of consciousness held the key to unlocking your highest potential? This singular choice, made in the quiet of dawn, possesses the power to redefine your self-perception, forge your character, and ultimately determine the trajectory of your life. Why? Because who you are in the beginning is who you will become in the end. And the method is a simple, deliberate practice that trains your spirit to lead, not to be led. Your destiny is reborn the second you open your eyes. I am about to show you how to architect your mornings to fundamentally transform the landscape of your life. The dawn is a prophecy. If I could observe your first hour, I could forecast your future. Not through any special wisdom, but because your morning routine is a direct reflection of your inner world. It shows your level of commitment, the clarity of your vision, and the depth of your desires. The majority of people awaken in a state of defense. They are summoned by alarms and obligations. They allow the world to set the agenda before they have had a chance to set their own. But the victors, they rise with a clear purpose. Every enduring legacy is built on a solid foundation. Your morning is that foundation. The things you do in private before the world has a claim on you dictate how the world responds to you. That first hour isn't just a block of time, it's a declaration of intent. It communicates, I am the master of my fate, or I am a servant to circumstance. When your feet hit the floor, you must step directly into your purpose. You have to tune out the static. No scrolling through feeds, no absorbing negativity, only the pursuit of clarity and focus, only listening to that inner voice that insists, we are not here to merely get by. We are here to thrive. Do not hesitate. Do not hit snooze. The instant you delay, you surrender your agency to apathy. You are signaling to the day that it has control over you. But when you rise with passion, when you vocalize your ambitions, when you commit them to paper, when you make one small purposeful move, you seize control. And that control becomes your internal guidance system. The morning doesn't create your power, it unveils it. And when you use it with intention, it amplifies it. You forge an unbreakable spirit not by grand occasional gestures, but by the first thing you consistently do. Your mind is the garden. Your attention is the water. Your deliberate action is the sun. Nurture your mind with these three elements every single morning, and your life will produce abundance beyond your wildest dreams. So you must ask, who is the person I aim to be? Begin embodying that person the moment you wake. There is a profound transformation that occurs when you choose to tackle a difficult task first, something your mind pushes back against, something that feels uncomfortable. But the moment it's done, that resistance shatters. This is the hidden advantage of all great achievers. They don't wait to feel inspired, they generate their own inspiration. And how is it generated? By moving before the feeling arrives. Your mind is a trainable entity. If you teach it to seek comfort above all, it will fail you when adversity strikes. But if you train it to answer the call of your higher self, it will become your most steadfast ally. So what is your chosen challenge? Is it a blast of cold water? Is it a period of silent reflection? Is it a demanding workout? Is it writing a single thoughtful page? Select it, dedicate yourself to it, and execute it with total commitment. This isn't about the task itself, it's about the identity you forge in the process. When you accomplish something difficult each morning, you send a powerful message to yourself about who you are. You are a person who doesn't retreat from challenges but grows stronger because of them. Most people delay and diminish. You will rise and refine. Most people wait for permission. You will take initiative. That is the difference. That is the vitality that distinguishes a life of impact from a life of passivity. When the first act of your day is a victory, the rest of the day tends to fall in line. So identify your challenge, confront it, conquer it, and then witness how the rest of your world starts to align with your newfound courage. You must speak your future into existence. Your words are the architects of your reality, and the initial words you utter each morning are more than mere sounds. They are potent seeds. They influence your emotional state, your personal narrative, and your subsequent actions. Most people wake up and verbalize defeat. I'm exhausted. I'm so behind. It's going to be another draining day. and unsurprisingly, their life experience mirrors their language. But you are not most people. You will wake up and declare your strength. You will say, I am built for this. Today I create forward momentum. I carry peace and strength into every interaction. This isn't about feigning confidence. It's about programming your internal operating system. Your subconscious mind doesn't debate the truth of your statements. It simply accepts what you consistently repeat. And when you consistently speak of vitality, your actions follow suit. Your patterns follow suit. Your ultimate destiny follows suit. Begin every morning with powerful declarations. State who you are. State who you are in the process of becoming. Not with hesitation, but with conviction. Not with anxiety, but with passion. Look at your reflection and speak like a creator. Speak like the person you aspire to be. Speak like someone who will not allow yesterday's failures to define tomorrow's potential. This is not about ego. This is about aligning with your deepest vision and values, about agreeing with your eventual triumph. So before the world has a chance to whisper doubt in your ear, you must speak purpose into your own heart. Your voice is the primary influence on your soul. Make it a voice worth listening to. The body is more than a vessel. It's a catalyst. When you activate your body, you transform your mental state. You awaken the warrior within. Have you ever observed how a slumped posture contributes to a defeated mindset? Or how rapid, shallow breathing fuels anxious thinking? Your physical state dictates your psychological state. That is why every morning must involve intentional movement, not necessarily a grueling workout, but deliberate engagement. Stand with presence, breathe from your diaphragm, walk with purpose, stretch, train, break a sweat. Because when your body is in motion, your brain finds its alignment, your energy circulates, clarity emerges, and your self-assurance soars. Don't postpone movement waiting for the perfect routine. Begin with what is available to you. A brisk walk, 10 or 20 minutes is all it takes to switch from a passive to a powerful state. Winners are in motion. They don't linger in indecision. They don't get trapped by their perceived limitations. They get up. They activate. They establish a tone of strength so powerful that weakness finds no purchase. Always remember, motion dictates emotion. If you desire to feel differently, you must move differently. Sanctify your morning by activating your body. The future version of you will be grateful for the momentum you are building right now. Your morning movement isn't just about physical fitness, it's about claiming your freedom. So get up, get moving, and assert control. You must command your mind. Before the world attempts to, there exists a brief, potent, and quiet window of opportunity that opens the moment you regain consciousness. In that first breath of awareness, your mind is exceptionally receptive, open and suggestible. You are yet untouched by the day's chaos, not yet distracted by the pull of endless demands. It is in this precious slice of time that a critical choice is presented. Will you take charge of your thoughts, or will the world take charge of you? Most people are oblivious to this power. They get up and habitually reach for a device, for the news, for something external to give the moment its definition. They flood their minds with the problems and dramas of the world. Politics, conflicts, social media chatter. The mind, still in a delicate and unguarded state, is rapidly conquered by outside pressures. Anxiety takes root. The habit of comparison begins. The priorities of others quickly supplant the peace of their own purpose. And before they've even had breakfast, they've already lost the most important battle of the day. Their thoughts are no longer their own. They've been conscripted into serving someone else's agenda. Not a single word may have been spoken, yet their silence has already conceded the day. But there is another group, the rare and intentional few, who view the morning as the launch pad for their destiny. They recognize that true leadership, the kind that transforms lives and inspires movements, doesn't start with public acclaim or recognition. It starts in the quiet, behind closed doors, when no one is watching. It begins in the solitude of your own space, not in a bustling office. It begins with intentional thought, not with reactive noise. These individuals take command of their minds. They rise with purpose, not by accident. Instead of reaching out to the world, they reach inward. They speak affirmations that ground them in their identity. They visualize the person they are actively becoming, not as a distant dream, but as a present reality. They breathe with intention. They find stillness. They move their bodies to call forth their inner strength. They choose clarity over chaos, purpose over passivity. The first 10 minutes of your day are not insignificant. They are paramount. These moments establish the rhythm for the hours that come after. If these minutes are charged with power, direction, and vision, the rest of the day naturally aligns with that purpose. But if they are filled with distraction, self-doubt, or emotional clutter, then the day devolves into a series of reactions, a sequence of responses to the agendas of others, and that is a profound waste of a life. You do not have the luxury of waking up weak, not in a world this demanding, not in a world that moves this fast. You must seize that first moment before the world does. You must determine what is truly important, not what is popular, not what is expected by others, but what your soul affirms as true. And you must do this consistently, every single day, not just when you feel like it. Repetition forges character. Discipline solidifies belief. So write down your thoughts, even if they feel jumbled. Speak your vision, even if your voice is unsteady. Move your body, even if it feels heavy. These are the non-negotiable declarations of a leader. These are the actions of someone in the process of becoming. You don't wait for external validation to confirm you're on the right path. You walk the path because you believe in where it leads. And if you don't believe in your own journey, why should anyone else? If you fail to protect that crucial moment of mental awakening, the world will invariably rush in to seize it. The world will dictate who you are, what your priorities should be, and how you ought to feel. But you were not created for that kind of servitude. You were created to lead. And every leader's first responsibility is to lead themselves. Command your thoughts, because every thought plants a seed of belief. Belief then shapes your behavior, and behavior ultimately constructs your destiny. This is not about superficial self-help tactics or fleeting positive thinking trends. This is about self-leadership, and self-leadership is the gateway to genuine freedom. No one can bestow it upon you. You must claim it for yourself. Each morning represents a vital meeting with your own mind. Do not miss this meeting. Do not show up unprepared or allow someone else's voice to dominate the conversation. Be present. Speak with clarity. Reaffirm who you are and what your purpose is. The news can wait. The emails can wait. Your purpose cannot. This is your mind. This is your life's mission. This is your moment. Lead it, and the world will follow. Lead yourself. Write it down, or it will be lost forever. The moment you awaken, your mind can be like an untamed river, powerful and chaotic. A flood of thoughts rushes in before you're even fully conscious. Ideas, anxieties, memories, goals, and flashes of brilliance cascade through your awareness, and if you fail to capture them, they evaporate like dew in the morning light. They simply disappear. Ideas that aren't written down become regrets. Goals that aren't recorded become mere wishes. Desires that aren't articulated become sources of distraction. But herein lies the strategy employed by every purposeful man and woman of achievement. They write, not later, after the world has left its imprint, but first thing, before the day can impose its will. They write not out of convenience, but out of necessity. They write not for eloquence, but for precision, to give structure to their internal chaos, to command their own minds before their minds command them. Writing in the morning isn't about becoming a writer. It is about becoming the leader of your mind, your mission, and your life. 5 or 10 minutes. That is all that is required to alter the course of your entire day. Start by externalizing what's already inside you, what you're contemplating, what you're feeling, what you desire, what you fear, what you know deep down you need to do. Clarity is forged in ink. The very act of writing serves as a mirror to your inner landscape. It transforms mental fog into tangible form. It decelerates the frantic pace of your thoughts and allows you to truly hear yourself think. Writing renders the invisible visible. It is more than just reflection. It is refinement. It is focus. It is direction. Every page you fill is a commitment. Every word you choose is a decision. When you commit your thoughts to paper, you signal to your subconscious that these thoughts matter. You are providing a blueprint for your spirit. You are declaring to yourself, this is my identity. These are my values. This is the life I am constructing. Your mind is a garden, and writing is the act of tending it. It pulls the weeds of self-doubt. It nourishes the seeds of your vision. It organizes scattered emotions into coherent thoughts. When you write, you reclaim your power. You cease reacting and start creating. You cease wandering and start walking with purpose. Consider the great figures who came before. Lincoln, who drafted speeches on scraps of paper. Edison, who filled countless notebooks with his inventions and observations. Marcus Aurelius, who wrote his meditations not for an audience, but for his own guidance. They understood a principle modern society often forgets. The mind cannot be relied upon to retain what the hand neglects to record. Do not entrust your future to a fallible memory. Write it down. Make it concrete. Make it visible. Then observe how your life begins to align with what you've written. The goals you list become the actions you take. The gratitude you articulate becomes the peace you inhabit. The problems you define become the solutions you discover. What you fail to write, you will fail to remember. What you fail to remember, you cannot act upon. And what you fail to act upon, you can never become. A person's life is defined not by the fleeting thoughts they have, but by the thoughts they choose to anchor. And writing is the anchor. So begin small. Begin simply. But begin. Pick up a pen. Open a journal. Sit in stillness. And write one true sentence. Then another. And as you write, you will feel the internal shift. You are no longer adrift. You are directing your course. You are no longer reactive. You are intentional. This is the genesis of greatness. Not in public applause. Not in flawless execution, but in a quiet moment, with a steady hand, and a few honest words on a page. Write your way to clarity. Write your way to purpose. Write your way to power. Start with your truth. Start with your soul in the morning, and write your way toward your destiny. Gratitude is your most powerful form of leverage. If you wish to amplify your momentum, you must start not with what is missing, but with what is already present. Gratitude is not a soft sentiment reserved for the tender-hearted. It is a strategic tool for a resilient mind. It centers you. It grounds you. It serves as a reminder that you are not starting from a deficit. You are starting from a position of strength and abundance. And when you start your day feeling whole, the world loses its power to make you feel insignificant. Gratitude fundamentally alters the climate of your mind. It recalibrates your perception. It moves you from a mindset of scarcity to one of sufficiency, from the delusion of lack to the power of appreciation. Without it, your thoughts can easily spiral into complaint and envy. With it, your energy is redirected toward creation and contribution. And this is a profound truth. You cannot construct a great life from a foundation of grievance. You must build upon a foundation of strength, and gratitude is that strength when practiced. In the quiet of the morning, before the world begins its chatter, take a single moment, just a moment. Name 3 things for which you are genuinely grateful. Say them out loud. Write them down in your journal. Contemplate them as if they are precious gems in your possession. They can be simple things. The air in your lungs, the health of your body, the shelter you have, the people you love, the simple fact that you have been given another day, another opportunity. Do not underestimate the transformative power of this practice. It is not merely a habit. It is a spiritual realignment. When you commence your day from a place of genuine appreciation, you connect with a source of power that runs deeper than mere ambition. You activate joy. You build mental wealth. You remind yourself of the inherent value you already possess. And from that state of inner wealth, you can pursue your external goals with confidence rather than desperation. Those who exude a sense of contentment become magnets for opportunities. People are naturally drawn to those who do not complain, who do not desperately grasp for validation, who do not need the world to tell them they are worthy. They are drawn to those who affirm their own worth, and gratitude is the language of that self-affirmation. Gratitude is not the end of your desire for more. It is the strength that sustains it. It does not extinguish ambition. It refines it. Because you are no longer chasing success to fill a void. You are chasing it from a place of fullness, from a sense of purpose, from a desire to share your gifts. You are not trying to complete yourself. You are already whole. The pursuit is no longer about proving your worth, but about expressing it. Most people charge into their day without a moment's pause. They leap from their bed straight into their burdens, from a state of waking into a state of worrying. But not you. You will pause. You will reflect. And then you will rise with perspective. That is your advantage. That is your discipline. That is your daily practice of reclaiming your power. Do not wait for a monumental event to feel grateful. Gratitude is not reactive. It is proactive. It is not a response to good luck. It is the very creator of it. You must cultivate it just as a farmer tends to the soil, daily, deliberately. It is not simply it is a mindset. It is a spiritual muscle that requires consistent exercise. Gratitude is the means by which you hold on to your blessings instead of letting them slip by unknown. It is how you safeguard your peace when the inevitable storms of life appear. It is how you remind yourself time and time again that you have already overcome many challenges. You are not starting empty-handed. You are fully equipped. Begin each morning with this practice. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't treat it as optional. 3 things, 3 truths, 3 blessings. Make this your foundational ritual. Gratitude is not the destination. It is the launch pad. It does not quench your hunger. It sharpens it. It does not prevent you from climbing. It gives you the strength for the ascent. When you live from a place of gratitude, you are not chasing from a sense of lack, but creating from a sense of fullness. You are no longer a desperate seeker. You are a steward of abundance. And from that place anything becomes possible. The world does not yield to those who complain. It yields to those who command their energy through gratitude. Begin there. Begin each day by anchoring yourself to what is already good, what is already working, what is already yours, and then go forward to build the rest. Set one clear objective for the day. The majority of people awaken and immediately dive into trying to do everything at once. They look at a never-ending to-do list, attempt to juggle every item, and conclude the day feeling drained and unaccomplished. The tragedy is that they were busy, but not productive. Motion without clear direction is just chaos, and chaos is the adversary of progress. True power doesn't come from doing more tasks, but from doing the one task that truly matters. Power is found in precision, and every powerful day is initiated with a single question. What is the one essential thing I must achieve today that will propel my mission forward? Your energy is a finite resource. Your focus is delicate. These are precious assets that should not be squandered on trivialities. If you scatter them, they become ineffective. But if you concentrate them on a single point, they become an unstoppable force. Therefore, you must train yourself to stop waking up to the noise and start waking up to a focused purpose. Initiate each day by pinpointing one primary target. Not 10, not 5, just one. Write it down. Say it out loud. Visualize it as already completed. This becomes your mission for the day. This is your point of impact. Everything else is secondary until this objective is met. When you wake up with this level of clarity, the world loses its ability to pull you in 100 different directions. You no longer spend your valuable hours reacting. You spend them directing. Your decision-making becomes simpler. Your standards become higher. Distractions lose their allure because you are on a mission. A person with a clear mission is not easily swayed. They are not tempted by every shiny object because they know which opportunity is the one that counts. The most accomplished individuals are not the ones who do the most work. They are the ones who do the most important work, and they do it first, before the distractions creep in, before the world makes its demand, before urgency can overshadow importance. They strike with early and deliberate intention. Define your target. See it with absolute clarity. Break it down into actionable steps, and then begin. You do not need to conquer the entire mountain in one day. You simply need to take the next deliberate step upward. One victory. That is all that's needed to ignite momentum. And momentum is the key. One victory builds belief. Belief fuels further action. Action yields results. And results compound into greatness. This is the true engine of achievement. Not the pursuit of perfection. Not frantic hustle for its own sake. But focused, consistent effort. Day in and day out. So each morning, as you sit in the quiet before the world clamors for your attention, ask yourself, what is my victory for today? Not a long list of errands, not a dozen potential distractions, just one powerful purpose-driven step forward. What action will bring you closer to your ultimate vision? What will make today a success? Do not mistake being busy. Busyness is a trap that flatters the ego, but ultimately betrays the mission. Your objective is not merely to fill the hours of the day, but to fulfill your purpose. And that always begins with intention. It begins with choosing your win. When you identify